Today we are going to solve a question under dimension in linear algebra. So first of all, we are supposed to define what is a dimension. So dimension is a number. Is a number of vector in a basis. Is a number of dimension. Is a number of vector in a basis. So dimension is a number of vector in a basis. So we are told to find the dimension of the plane, which is 4x plus y minus 3z is equals to 0 in what? In 4 dimension. So what we are supposed to do, so we are supposed to since it is in 4 dimension, so we are supposed to let x, we start first with x, comma y, comma z, and what? W. So these letters, they are in what? 4 dimension. They are in 4 dimension. And we should make y the subject of what? Formula. We should make y the subject of formula. Since we have the equation, we have 4x plus y minus 3z is equals to 0. So we should make y the subject of formula. So when 3 goes to the other side, it will be 3z. When 4x goes to the other side, it will be negative 4x. So we should replace where there is y in this dimension with 3z minus 4. So we have x, comma 3z minus 4x, comma z, comma w. So the first step is the first step 1. So the first step is to find the bases. The bases. The first step is to find what? The bases. So we are supposed, since we have this, we have x, comma 3z minus 4x, comma z, comma w. So to find the bases, so we are going to factorize x first. So we should factorize x. If you factorize x here, we have 1, comma. If you factorize x here, it is negative 4, comma. If we factorize x here, it is 0. If we factorize x here, it is what? 0. Again, second, we factorize z. So if you factorize z here, it is what? 0. If you factorize z here, it is 3. If you factorize z here, it is 1. If you factorize z here, it is 0. So we factorize what? W. So if you factorize w here, it is 0. If we factorize w here, it is 0. If we factorize w here, it is 0. If we factorize w here, it is comma 1. So these are what? Bases. These three are what? Bases. And the dimension, so is to count the bases. How many? We have 1, 2, 3. So the dimension is what? Is 3. This is a dimension. We have another example. So find the basis and the dimension of W where C and D are real numbers. So we are told that C and D are what? Are real numbers. So solution. So we have D, 7C plus D, 3D, C. So to find the bases, so we are supposed first we factorize what? D first. If we factorize D, we are going to have 1, we are going to have 1, we are going to have 3, we are going to have 0, because there is no D here. So the second we factorize C. So if we factorize C here, it is what? 0. If we factorize C here, it is 7. If we factorize C here, it is what? 0. If we factorize C here, it is what? 1. So the bases are 1, 1, 3, 0, 0, 7, 0, 1. These are what? Bases. And the dimension is a number of vector in a what? In a basis. So we should just count how many? 1, 2. So the dimension is what? 2. So the third example, we are told to find the dimension and basis of the plane x plus 2z is equals to 0 in the region r to power 3. So it is in 3 what? Dimension. So if it is in 3 dimension, so we are going to let so w is equals to, so we have x, since it is in 3 dimension, we have y, z. And we are going to make x the subject of formula, since we have equation x plus 2z is equals to 0. So we have x is equals to negative 2z. X is equals to negative 2z. So we are going to replace where there is x with negative 2z. So we have our w is equals to negative 2z, y, z. So we should factorize z first. If we factorize z, we are going to remain with negative 2, 0, 1. If we factorize y, we are going to remain with 0, 1, 0. So the bases are equal to, so we have negative 2, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. And the dimension is the number of vector in a basis. So just count how many? 1, 2. So dimension is what? 2. So we have example form. So find a basis and state the dimension of the subspace of K. Subspace K is equals A plus M, 2A, 3A minus M, negative 5, where A and M, where A and what? And M are in. So since this is presented in vertical way, so we are going to put it in horizontal way. So we have K, so we have solution K is equals to, so we open bracket, which is A plus M, 2A, 3A minus M, negative 5M. So as usual, we should do factorize A. So if we factorize A, we have 1, if we factorize A, it is 2. If we factorize A, it is 3. If we factorize A here, it is 0. Again, factorize M. If we factorize M, we have 1. If we factorize M here, it is 0. So if we factorize M, it is negative 1. If we factorize M, it is negative 5. So the bases are equal to, so we have 1, 2, 3, 0, and 1, 0, negative 1, negative 5. So these are bases. And the dimension. The dimension is a number of vector in a basis. So just count 1, 2. So the dimension is what? 2.